Have you ever watched your child talking to an empty space, giggling at the air, and really wondered, if they're seeing something you can't?
Something that's always been there, just out of sight?
That's where my story starts. Welcome to Friday 13, the channel where every tale is true, no matter how terrifying. I'm John, and what I'm about to tell you isn't some campfire ghost story. It's my life, my daughter's life, and it's why I'm still afraid to look up when the lights go out.
If you're ready to face the kind of fear that lingers long after the screen fades, stick with me. Lock your doors, turn down the lights, and let's step into a nightmare that's all too real.
Because what Emily saw, it's still here. It began with a giggle, something so innocent, you'd brush it off. But what if that giggle was the first sign of something watching you? That's how it started for me. And trust me, you won't look at your ceiling the same way after this. I'm 35, a single dad, and I've always been a rational guy. I don't believe in ghosts or the supernatural, never have. But about 6 months ago, that all changed. It was a Tuesday evening, nothing special, until Emily started talking to the ceiling. She was sitting on the floor, coloring, when she suddenly looked up and giggled. 5. Who are you talking to, sweetie? I asked, thinking it was her imagination. She smiled and said, the lady in the ceiling. She's funny. I laughed it off. Kids and their invisible friends, right? But then she did it again the next day, and the next. Always at dusk, always to the same spot. I glance up, see nothing but cracked plaster, and feel this chill, like the room had dropped 10 degrees. Was it just her imagination, or was something up there, listening? The next week, it got worse. Emily started whispering to the ceiling, like she was sharing secrets. I'd catch snippets, don't tell daddy, or she's watching us. My stomach twisted every time. I tried to brush it off, told myself it was a phase. But one night, I woke up at 3:13 a.m. to find Emily standing by my bed, staring up at the ceiling. She wants to play, she said. I grabbed her, pulled her close, and asked, who, Emily? Who wants to play? She just smiled and said, the lady in the ceiling. My blood ran cold. What was she seeing that I couldn't? After that night, I couldn't ignore it anymore. Emily's behavior was changing. She was quieter, more withdrawn, like she was carrying a secret too heavy for a 4-year-old. I started noticing things too. Footsteps in the attic at night, faint whispers when the house was silent. I checked the ceiling, but it was always empty. One evening, I decided to ask her directly. Emily, I said, what does the lady look like? She drew a picture, a tall figure with hollow eyes, long fingers, and a smile that stretched too wide. My hands shook as I looked at it. Was this just a child's imagination, or was something in my house, watching us? I showed the drawing to my sister, Claire. She's a child psychologist, always quick with a logical explanation. It's probably just stress, she said. Kids pick up on things. Maybe it's the move, or missing her mom. But I saw the doubt in her eyes when Emily giggled from the other room, whispering to the air, again. That night, I set up my phone to record the bedroom while we slept. At 3:13 a.m., the footage showed Emily sitting up, talking to the ceiling. But there was something else, a shadow, faint but unmistakable, crawling across the ceiling. It was there for a split second, then gone. Was it real? Had I finally caught it? I had to know if this was more than just Emily's imagination. I started digging into the house's history. It was built in the 2020s, and, according to public records, a family named the Carters lived here for decades. In 1954, their daughter, Mary Carter, died under mysterious circumstances. The articles were vague, Tragic accident, they called it. But when I dug deeper, I found a police report. Mary had been found in the attic. No clear cause of death. The family moved out shortly after, and the house stayed vacant for years. Was Mary the lady in the ceiling? Was she reaching out to Emily? Oh, I took it to Mrs. Jenkins, the town historian. She's lived here forever, knows every secret. When I mentioned the house, her face went pale. That place, she said, it's cursed. Mary didn't just die. She was taken. Something's been in that house ever since. I pressed her. Taken by what? She wouldn't say, just muttered, "Don't let Emily talk to it, John." My stomach twisted. What was in my house? And why was it fixated on my daughter? The whispers got worse. Angry, insistent. Emily started sleepwalking, standing in the attic doorway, staring into the dark. One night, she woke up screaming, clawing at her arms. "She's mad, Daddy, she's mad." I couldn't take it anymore. Claire and I decided to confront it. We stood in the bedroom, waiting. At 3:13 a.m., the ceiling creaked, and a shadow stretched across it. Long, thin, with fingers like claws. Claire gasped. "John, look," I shouted. "Mary, is that you?" The shadow twisted, and a voice, cold, hollow, whispered back, "She's mine." Was it Mary? Or something else? We ran, didn't stop till we hit the living room. The next day, I called a medium. Sarah. She walked in, took one look at the ceiling, and froze. "There's two presences here," she said. "Mary's spirit, she's trapped, scared. But the other? It's dark, ancient, and it's not leaving." My heart sank. "What does it want?" She stared at me. "Emily, it's been waiting for a child, someone to possess." Sarah gave me a ritual to free Mary. Salt, candles, words to break the hold. I found an old locket in the attic that day, with a photo of Mary inside. That night, I set it up. At 3:13 a.m., the ceiling groaned, the shadow stretching across it. I lit the candles, poured the salt, and shouted the prayer. The room exploded. Shadows swirling, the ceiling cracking. Then, stillness. A faint figure appeared, Mary, smiling weakly, before fading. The shadow shrieked, dissolving into the dark. Was it over? Had I saved her? That was a month ago. The whispers are gone, and Emily's back to normal. But some nights, I feel it. Eyes on me, cold and patient. Maybe it's still here, waiting for me to let my guard down. So, if your child ever talks to the ceiling, don't ignore it. It might be trying to tell you something, or warn you. That's my truth, and it's still clawing at me. If you've ever felt something watching you, or heard a whisper you can't explain, tell me in the comments. I need to know I'm not alone. Was it Mary? Was it that thing? Smash that like button if this story's keeping you up tonight. And subscribe to Friday 13 for more real horrors that'll make you check your corners. Share your own stories. We're a community of truth seekers here. Why? Stay sharp, because in the silence, something's always listening.